Hello, I'm Maddy
And I'm Calista Hyam, and this is KMA 43 News.
And today we will be talking about the rise of the internet and how it negatively and positively affects our society.
Now, Maddy, don't get ahead of yourself. Before we talk about the negative and positive effects of the internet, we have to talk about how it all started.
Oh yes, I forgot. Now tell the camera to go to April. Oh, oops, I wasn't supposed to say that. Where did April go? Wasn't she supposed to be here?
Yeah, I don't know.
What a flake.
I know, that's really unprofessional.
Sorry, I was just running a little late, but thank you, Callie and Maddy. I'm April Sodell, and I'm here to tell you about the origin and history of the internet. It all started in 1957 when the USSR launches Sputnik into space, and with it, global communications.
In 1958, the United States government creates the Advanced Research Project Agency, also known as ARPA, in response to the Sputnik launch. The first record of social interactions that was enabled through networking was a series of memos written by J.C.R. Licklider of MIT in August of 1962 discussing his galactic network concept.
He envisioned a globally interconnected set of computers through which everyone could quickly access data and programs from any site.
Licklider was the first head of the computer research program at DARPA. DARPA was an agency in the U.S. Department of Defense responsible for the development of emerging technologies for use by the military in October of 1962.
And then, in 1964 to 1967, Lawrence Roberts and Thomas Morell, they got a contract from ARPA to create the first wide area network connection via long-distance dial-up between a TX2 computer that was from Massachusetts and a Q32 computer in California. The system confirms that packet switching offers the most promising model for communication between computers. The technology revolutionized data communications.
In 1966, directing ARPA's computer research program, Robert Taylor initiates the ARPANET project, the foundation for today's internet.
In 1967, Wesley Clark suggested the network is managed by interconnected interface message processors in front of major computers, which are called IMPs, and this is what has evolved into today's network that we use today.
Then, in 1969, the physical interface message processor, which is called IMP network, is constructed, linking 4 routes: the University of California at Los Angeles, SRI in Stanford, University of California at Santa Barbara, and the University of Utah.
In 1973, the first international connection to the ARPANET is made by University College of London in England via Norsar from Norway.
Oh. In 1974, Elizabeth Jake Feiner begins to help lead SRI's International Network Information Center, which is NIC, where her group eventually develops the top-level domain name schemes of .com, .edu, .gov, .org, and .net, which is what we use today on the internet.
Thank you, Maddy. But also in 1974, Vint Cerf and Robert Kahn published a protocol for packet network interconnection, which specifies in detail the design of transmission concept program and coins the term internet for the first time.
From 1980 to 1989, Dr. Van Houweling helps oversee the operation and management of NFC-Net, the foundation on which the global internet is built.
Moving on to 1988 and 1989, Van Jacobson develops TCP, which helps solve the problem of congestion that are used in over 90% of the internet still today.
Brewster Kalle invents the internet's first publishing system, WAIS. WAIS is one of the first programs to index large amounts of data and make it searchable across large networks.
Then, in 1991, the World Wide Web is made available to the public for the first time on the internet.
And in 1993, Mark Anderson and Eric Bina create the Mosaic browser at the National Center for Supercomputing Applications, which helps popularize the World Wide Web among the general public.
1988. The rise of blogs spurs a huge new interaction on the internet.
Then, lastly, in 2016, in today's society, our lives have become dependent on the communication and information that the internet provides us.
Now that we have covered the basics of the rise of the internet, let's discuss the positive impacts that the internet has had on society.
Internet search engines are the best information retrieval systems available. They bring any kind of information to internet users, from local restaurants to international news. Moreover, millions of books, journals, and other material are available through the internet. This action enables people to learn all new sorts of things.
Thanks to the internet, people can take action and avoid difficult circumstances. For instance, hurricanes, storms, and accidents can be tracked through the internet.
Now to April, reporting live from Miley Cyrus's house.
Hello, I'm here interviewing Miley Cyrus, who's about to tell us what her plans are for today.
I'm about to go shred the gnar. It looks pretty gnarly today out there.
Well, that sounds pretty nice. Have you checked the weather today yet through the internet?
Nah.
Oh, well that's nice.
Are you stupid? It's the 21st century. The internet was created in order for us to look up this kind of information.
Excuse me? I just checked the weather through the internet search engine, and it says there's an 80% chance of rain, and no, snow. Why are you even going?
Nah. Brr. I should have checked the internet.
Thank you, April, for that enlightening interview.
You're welcome. Now, social media often reports that the intense use of the internet increases the risk of isolation, alienation, and the withdrawal from society. But available evidence shows that the internet neither isolates people nor reduces their sociability. It actually increases sociability, civic engagement, and the intensity of family and friendship relationships in all cultures.
The internet provides some of the most effective ways of communication among people, including online emailing, instant messaging, and social media.
Here's an example of how the information on internet is used in order to navigate our lives.
Dun, dun, dun.
Turn right on Valentine Drive, then turn right.
Oh wow, it's so hopeful.
I don't know how we could get anywhere without the GPS. And also, the internet search engine allows you to find information out about your own life and reconnect with others.
Oh my gosh. My grandpa was a president.
Now that we know the positive effects of the internet, let's talk about the negative ones.
Illegal or inappropriate materials can be found in the internet.
Some people in recent years have illegally downloaded music or other copyrighted material from the internet. This action has had a negative impact on the music industry and has led to many lawsuits being filed against people.
Some criminals use the internet to spread computer viruses or even intercepting credit card or bank details for spurious purposes.
Now we will move to a recent video that was sent in of a known criminal illegally downloading music onto their computer.
SMH.
Ooh, Drake's new album. Download that illegally so I don't have to pay all those fines. Oh yeah, open when done.
Also, an individual's tendency for online self-disclosure and online social connection led them to use the internet in a more compulsive way. If a person has poor face-to-face communication skills, that individual will likely be more attracted to the social features of online communication.
Prior research shows that socially anxious individuals perceive online communication environments as less threatening, and as a result are more likely to seek out communications in those settings, through the internet.
Exactly. Social media sites like Facebook and Twitter can be used in harmful ways because people can attack each other online.
I heard what you said about me on Twit last night.
Well, I can't help that you're fat, Jess. Well, you're ugly too. Two can play this game.
Because of the internet and the invention of the phone, it causes people to be in dangerous situations who abuse the power of the internet.
Lastly, because of the internet, it opens up potential for criminals like pedophiles and murderers to contact you by hiding behind a fake profile.
I just joined Tinder. That's my profile. Nah.
And that concludes our special episode of KMA 43 News. I'm Maddie.
I'm Callie.
And I'm April. Thank you.
And good night, Mrs. Yulberg's class.